I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised by Obama's independent NSA panel that has now made recommendations about what to do with the spying programs. I wasn't expecting these results that they gave. I expected it to be, like a kabuki theater kind of thing where they say, oh yes, government, oh yes, Mr. Obama, oh yes, executive branch, you have been right all along, keep spying on everybody. But that's not what they did. In fact, it's surprising how much they came out against it. So let me give you the list here. There's 6 suggestions that they make. The first one, shut down the secret collection of bulk phone records. I love that because they're just saying the first tip is, stop. Stop collecting everybody's information, stop collecting their phone calls. Wildly unconstitutional. Don't do it. All right, problem solved. I hope Obama takes their advice and just implements it today, because that would be the right thing to do. So now not only do you have the court, which ruled that this is unconstitutional and it's a clear violation of the Fourth Amendment, now you have his own commission panel, Obama's own panel, says, yeah, dude, we tried to help you out, but we couldn't. You have to shut it down. The second piece of advice, they say, create an independent entity to monitor government programs that infringe on civilian privacy and liberty. So this one sounds kind of weird, because if you create an independent panel to monitor the spying, isn't that panel not independent? Because you had to create it. So the funding had to come from somewhere, so obviously they're going to be begging for funding the next time around. I mean, I guess there's theoretically a way to do it where you set up a trust fund and they're funded on their own, and they don't have to go through the executive branch, or they don't have to go through Congress. But it's a weird one. It's kind of a weird suggestion. The third one is bolster protections for whistleblowers in the intelligence community. That's one I love because it's a direct snub to Obama and how they've been treating Edward Snowden. How they're saying, no, he's a criminal. He's a traitor. He committed treason. If he comes here, he'll face trial. Now, my understanding is, after the judge ruled the other day that, in fact, the government was the one breaking the law, not Edward Snowden. The government violated the Constitution. Shouldn't it be all over now with Snowden? Shouldn't he be able to come home and, that's it, no charges? They said what he did was right. That's what the court said. That's what your panel is saying. But no, the Obama administration hasn't acted on that yet. And they're trying to set up a new process. The goal is to set up a new process by which people could say, I'm not going to go through the channel you've laid out for me to do this whistleblowing and to talk about what's happening, because the channel you laid out for me is corrupt. The channel you laid out for me is not going to actually report the information and try to change it. It's just going to go there to die. The information is going to be passed on to die. So they want to change that. The fourth suggestion, close loopholes that allow backdoor spying through United States-based tech companies. So what that means is, how there were reports that the NSA was just flat out tapping into like Google and tapping into the back end of certain email providers and getting the information that way, like they're piggybacking off of the work of those private corporations. This says, stop doing that. Stop taking the information to private companies. You're not allowed to do that. The fifth one is tighten requirements for security clearances and no longer use for-profit contractors. Wow, that's a big one right there, because they're saying, why do you trust hundreds of thousands of people to know top secret information? That's crazy. And also, why are we outsourcing all this? We're paying more money to outsource our intelligence community, and they're doing a worse job than if we didn't outsource it and we had less people doing it. They would be doing a better job. So why are you wasting taxpayer dollars? It doesn't make any sense. And then the final thing that they proposed here, make the Federal Intelligence Surveillance Court more accountable to more people. Now this one, I think they're a little too weak in their suggestion, because I think they should say, eliminate the court. I don't know if they stop short of saying that because, the FISA courts are allocated through, what is it, the Patriot Act or another bill where it's already in law, so they can't just say, don't do it, don't have any more FISA courts. But I still would have liked it if they said FISA courts in and of themselves shouldn't be allowed because they're unconstitutional. They're, they take away from actual due process, and habeas corpus. So let's not go down that road. Let's go down the road of eliminating them completely. So overall, some good suggestions from Obama's NSA panel. You ready for the big but that comes right now at the end of this conversation? They're just suggestions. See, this is what gets me nervous. This is what gets me scared, is that here I am praising them for doing a good job and making good suggestions, and these could just end up, in the garbage.